So my name is Lapinski, and I run an education and technology charity. So this afternoon I wanted to explain to you why I think this matters, following with the theme of the conference. And because it's an education charity, I want to approach it from two sides, first starting with a quiz. So I'm going to ask you a few questions, and you just shout out the answers. And you'll get the point of why I'm doing this afterwards. So my first question to you is, what is 6 multiplied by 7? Great. Next one. How do you pronounce this word? Good, good, good. Next one. Who's that man? Very good. Next question is a bit more difficult, and that is, how do you solve this problem? Anyone? Wait. Yeah? Okay. Any other creative assumption on how to solve this problem? No? Well, the question really is, what is the problem? Who has it and why does it matter? Is it because there's someone sitting inside this car really trying to get out? Is it because the owner is in the Caribbean and couldn't care less? So there is a really big question about real-life problems tend not to be like the first 3 questions I ask you. They're complex, and they're normally quite specific, and they're hardly ever really straightforward. So that is the first part. Second part is, why does it matter, is to give you some stats. The first thing is 80 to 95% of all new products fail when they're launched in the market. Next thing is 60 to 80% of all businesses fail over a 5-year horizon in the UK. And in the social sector, it's actually not really much better. 70% of all schools in different countries don't tend to improve. So the big question we've asked ourselves is, why is that? Why is the case that people are really bad at launching products, setting up new businesses, solving social challenges, which is effectively coming up with solutions to problems that haven't been solved yet? And we think that really lies in the education system and how people are being taught in schools. To explain that a bit further, we think the way how you learn in schools is you learn to recognize a problem and then come up with a solution. So when you learn 6 by 7, you know it's 42. When you learn to see cacophony, you know how to pronounce it. When you see Churchill, you know what it means. So people are actually quite good at recognizing those things. They're much less good at other things. So in school, what you actually get is a bit like this, a big Swiss Army knife. And don't get me wrong, a Swiss Army knife is a great thing to have, most of the time, but not always, because you can't solve every problem with this tool. So how can you address that? What can you do about it? We think the way how to do it is that you need to learn how to define a problem, and then to come up with a solution to it. And sometimes those tools might be quite different from a Swiss Army knife, and they might look a bit like this. And I don't know if anyone knows what that is in terms of a tool. It's basically a thing to clean tubes in a highly efficient way. So what we do with Apps for Good is actually just that. We encourage young people to come up with problems they're passionate about and then turn them into app ideas. Primarily native mobile apps, but we're also doing Facebook apps, and we'll be doing web apps as well. So we train teachers to actually use those thinking skills. The way how we do it is every Apps for Good course is structured around 5 steps. The first one is problem definition. What is actually the problem? Why does it matter? Who has it? Can you find 5 people who actually have this specific problem? The next thing is market research. Understand your customer. What is really the thing they're struggling with? The third thing is solution design, business models, how can you spread the word about it, what is your marketing model, etc. The fourth thing is product design. How should your product, how should your app actually look like? And the last thing is build and test. So to give you an idea about this, I thought the best way to share this is through a video of one of the students we've been working with. Her name is Mohima. She should now be 16. She's from a school called Central Foundation Girls' School in Tower Hamlets, which is one of the poorest boroughs in England, probably the UK. And she explains, after an event we did together with Tech City, on why she'd done the app she'd done and why she's passionate about it. And I thought I'd just share that with you. Can you play the video?
I think today is really important because it's helping us network a lot, like as girls and as people whose app have just been on the market. Like I've spoken to so many people today and I've made loads of contacts and everyone's just been really supportive and it's really helped us learn how to network and talk to people and it's really helped us promote our app and I just think it's really important that we have stuff like this because it encourages us as young girls to realize that we can have a career in technology and it's not just a sort of male thing that only guys can do and anyone can do it if you're interested and you have the passion for it. Our app is an English to Bengali translator specifically for parent-teacher conferences and what it does is it helps parents and teachers parents who can't communicate in English talk to teachers and vice versa. So for example, if you look, this is just our home screen and there are obviously a lot of different categories, right? So if for example the teacher wants to talk about attendance, they'd select that. And then one of the shots that they can have is if they want to tell the parent that their child is truanting from lessons, then they can just select it. And then that's the Bengali translation. And it works both ways. Like if you press this button right there, the parents can do it. Like this is Bengali writing as you can see, and it has all the sentences that parents would like to say. So if they select it,
how is my child doing in school?
It says it in English. So we're really excited about this app because it's definitely something that our community and our school needs. So it's a real good way of giving back, and it's something that we honestly do think will be very beneficial.
That's Mohima. We currently have 1,250 students going through courses. We have quite a few other apps around bullying, around being stopped and searched by the police, about waking up late in the morning, about budgeting your money. I can give you a whole range. We currently run a new awards program where we had at least 60 submissions, so we're now taking through to also then professionally build at least 7 of them. And we're actually not struggling to have enough great ideas. I don't know if I can see the next slide. So 10,000%, I actually calculated that a few days ago, is the growth rate we had between July last year and we will have between September this year. So in July last year, we trained 50 students. By September this year, we will have 5,000 students as a minimum on courses. And that's not all what we're doing because we're also open sourcing all the content we have. So all the content is now public based on a non-commercial Creative Commons license. And last time when we counted, we had 80 organizations in 9 countries accessing our content. And to give you an idea of what you can do to help, an integral part of the course is that experts come in and give feedback on the app ideas. That can take the form of an in-person visit, but it can also take the form, which is far more common for us now, as a Skype call. So if you want to give back, or if you want to listen to really great new ideas young people are thinking about, you need to spend 1 hour of your time. We're currently building a platform around that, so you can actually have the matchmaking automated between the teacher and the school and you as an expert. We have a whole range of companies and individuals involved. One you might know, second from the left, is Scott Seaburn from Ogilvy, the head of mobile, but we've had quite a lot of other people involved in this, whether they're designers, developers, business people. So in terms of what we want to do, our vision is actually to create a new generation of problem solvers. So people who can identify problems and then can turn that not only into apps, but into other solutions as well, whether that's around schools, whether that's around businesses, or whether that's around technology. So that's all from me. Thank you very much.